Hello friends, welcome to another video. Today's is going to be a fall makeup tutorial with two different lip options. So I'm starting off with foundation. I only used a very small amount just to see if it matched me, and I blended that in with the Real Technique sponge. And then I went in with an actual full pump of it and blended that in with a brush to get the most coverage out of it. I blended out just the very top of that with the sponge just to flatten down any texture, and then I'm going in with a BH Cosmetics eye primer on one eye, and I'm using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot on the other eye just to test the differences in the eyeshadow. So right off the bat, the BH Cosmetics one has more of a matte finish and Painterly was more of a tacky finish. I'm also using two different sets of brushes. The ones on my right eye, or on the left of your screen, are Wet n Wild brushes, and the ones on the right side of the screen are Morphe brushes. I used a matte white shadow first to just flatten down each base, and then I'm going in with a blush color from the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies palette from BH Cosmetics. That's just a muted red tone. The Wet n Wild brushes were still a little bit wet from when I cleaned them, so that's where a lot of the pigment is getting stuck, but these generally have the same effect of the Morphe brushes, if not picking up more pigment than the Morphe brushes. Then I'm going in with that deeper red tone and going over that same area, but keeping it just underneath the lighter red. Then I'm taking that matte cream shade again and using that to clean up the edges and feather it out into my natural skin tone. I'm also taking a denser brush of these two sets and packing on more of that deeper red color. Then I'm going in with Salzin Grum from the Alice in Wonderland palette, or Alice Through the Looking Glass rather, palette. And I'm packing that on. It wasn't as shimmery and reflective as I wanted it to be, so I do go back in with a shimmery shade from that BH Cosmetics palette. I'm taking a bit of a shimmery champagne color to highlight my brow bone. And then I'm going in from that black in that palette and going as close to my lashes as possible. I'm going in with my NYX Dark Circle Concealer just to hide a bit of that purple. And then I'm going over that with the Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser Concealer. I'm blending that out with that same Real Technique sponge. And also using it to clean up anywhere the shadow may have fallen down below where I wanted it. I'm setting this with a translucent powder from e.l.f. and I'm packing that on under my eyes. And then dabbing it on the rest of my face. Then I'm going in with the Maybelline Line Stiletto, which is drying out, so it didn't have as much pigment as I wanted, but I'm just using it to go right over wherever I put that black shadow. Then I went over with that more shimmery champagne tone over the center of the eye and on the inner corners of my eyes. Then I'm using my NYX Micro Brow in ash brown just to fill in my brows. I'm also curling my eyelashes to prep for some false lashes that I apply later on. And I'm going to be using the Maybelline The Rocket Mascara. I'm also applying that on my bottom lashes. And then I'm going in with a bit of contour using the NYX HD Blush in Taupe. I'm also contouring a bit of my nose just to add more color back into my skin. And also doing that to my jawline. Then the first lip option is a color from Wet n Wild in Bare It All. This is more of a peachy nude natural shade, or as I like to refer to it, a perfect shade if you're planning on eating. And then for a more dramatic lip option, this is Silk from Colourpop, and this is a deep berry tone. Finally, I'm going in with Highlight from Colourpop. This is their new packaging, which is the matte black in Fanny pack. And I'm brushing that all over my cheeks and a little bit on my nose. And those are the finished looks. They really do look drastically different depending on which lip color you use, but I'm really happy with how both of them came out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!